Final run starting anytime now. We'll see if Nix can go even faster than his 31.2 he's already set. And see if anyone can displace him off a provisional pole. As we do have some returning faces here. We have THR Marzi in the McLaren and Legacy Games in the Alfa Romeo here tonight. As Nix begins his final lap in qualifying here. Meister turns 1 to 4. Second split, he's 300 up on his best time as of right now. Still has time to find. He may have just had a slight snap there. That is a purple sector too. And if he's in position, he might get a little toe here from the Red Bull. I'm sure he'll take advantage of. First, let's take a look at what one man can do here. He goes way wide off the track. And that lap was still allowed. P4. We'll see what makes him go across the line. He can do. He puts his margin even further out to 2 more tenths out of 31.0. Out of 31.0. Now it's just the others behind him can target. And it's not the best of exits of that corner that Harmless could have had there. But now he is starting his final lap here in qualifying. Looks like at best it's going to be P3 for Kodak Films because he's not coming out of the pits again. Half stays nice and out of the way. The Mercedes. That was almost contact there. As North is out, he's bailed on his lap. Well, it was P2. 2 thousandths better than Harmless there. Harmless isn't doing anything to improve his position though. So 10th down in sector 2. Give me the mega final sector. King Hamilton's disqualified. And here, coming through the final corner for Harmless here. That's a good exit. Straight to the line. And he is off pace by 3.5 tenths. KDM is improving by 3 tenths. Let's see how far he can put his Aston Martin up the grid. It's going to be up to P4 for KDM here. Wait for his teammate who is invalidated his lap is gonna start P9 at here. Now we have to do a lobby restart because Marcy has joined here without permission, without checking in on the check-in. Alright, we're getting back underway for the race here. So I think it's gonna be a full dry race here tonight. And looking at the driver standings, Charles Leclerc leads the driver standings. Massive is right behind him of 100 on 105, and Cadium is on 100. And the next closest after that is teammate Buns, who's on 76. Mav is on 56, Plube on 52, Target on 50, Lobster on 44, North on 40, and One Man on 34. That's your top 10 in the standings. Excuse me. Although Aston Martin do hold a 41-point advantage over Red Bull in the constructors. See if Red Bull will be able to make up any ground on Aston tonight. Actually, we're getting started right now for the formation lap. Let's take a look at the tires. So mainly everybody here is on the medium tire. Apart from you have Harmless in P3, Mav in P15, and Crazy Card in P17, all on the hard tires. And you have North, who's on the soft compounded tire, so he's gonna be looking to get that good launcher right off the start. And drivers who won't be getting a good launch off the start will be Lobster and Gasker, because they've been disqualified from the formation lap. Race should be a one-stop strategy today. Either mediums to hards or hards to mediums. I don't quite know what Wheaton North is gonna do regarding strategy. I wonder if he's gonna try to two-stop around here since he is starting on that soft compound, or if he's gonna go for an audacious soft to hard strategy. The undercut is pretty powerful here. Stop before the car in front of you does. Make your pit stop, do your foul stat lap, and that car's in the pits, and they'll be on slow cold tires, and you would have passed them by then. As we are getting underway here for the start of the Chinese Grand Prix, the real life race we're going to be making a return to after 5 years of not racing. Got the green flag at the back. And it's lights out, and away we go. And I think the Migs has got the better start off the line there. Yes, he has. And KDM has made it past. We harmless there on the hards as it's a yellow flag in the back that is quickly removed away. It's KDM and Charles Leclerc. They are side by side here. KDM gonna take second place here? Yes, he is. Down the inside. Leclerc gonna try and fight it back, but just doesn't have the early grip and patience to do so. It's a three-way battle. This Brown Spuds is gonna complete this move around the outside. Look at these two cars. One man retaining the position there at Buns as he goes off the track there. That might be already a lap 1 warning there for Buns, and that is not ideal. I think we've had Legacy Games get spun out, and Mr. Jim Cab as well. How close is North? They're side by side. Is he gonna go for KDM too? He thought about it. He did thought about it. He's still side by side with the player here. He's got to get this move done first before he thinks about KDM. They're both on the plate button. They're both over. Is he gonna try and move into turn 1? He thinks about it. He forces Leclerc wide. If he can get that nose in there, he can entitle some space. It doesn't quite get there. And a little out of shape out of that corner. As Migs has a 1.2 second advantage over KDM here. At just the beginning of the second lap. Making close gaps in behind as well. As both Alpha Towers are in for damage. Both Alpha Towers are in for damage. I've already said the strategy. Game, you don't need to pop it up. It also brings up a very good point. If you're good on your tires, you can go medium soft. Your soft might just be near dead range at the end of the race. As we have the McLaren of Nav, who's spun around at the back. They stay on board with Lita North here. He's continuing to push for that podium position. I think Legacy Games is around again. In the grass, spun around. He is now within the DRS of the Migs here. So Migs does get on the curve there a little bit. I don't know how that will affect his exit. Notice one man does have the DRS here, and Harmless is going defensive, so the inside here. Fortunately, there's one man around the outside. Is Harmless gonna try and fight this down the inside? Yes, he is. There's just a slight banging of wheels there. I think one man's gonna get the spot. He's ahead going into the final corner. Harmless will have around the outside, but to no avail there. This Lobster back fell down oh, he's in the pits. Lobster is in the pits at the back. As North locks up. Going through sector 1. Still chasing that Red Bull man in front. They're about similar ERS levels. Although the two out front have about 25% more ERS in hand. And KDM is a lot closer to Mace than when we were last on board with him. Have to go around the outside. He can go for the switchback here on Miggs. How close and no avail. He has a better traction there, but still no hope. He has DRS on here, and if he's gonna, I wonder if he's gonna push the issue here or not. We'll see. He thought maybe for a second he was gonna try and take that inside line. Is he gonna go try inside here? He thinks about it. Oh, Miggs has a little snap there of Overseer. They're side by side going to the long left-hander. Miggs is gonna keep the spot out front, but runs out. Charlotte Clear is just waiting for a collision to happen. Canadian probably does the smart thing there and just backs out of that. So both cars aren't in harm's way. I'm gonna go on board with the third place man here for a little bit. KDM now can he fully pass the Mix here, or is Mix still gonna go deep down on the brakes? He is, but KDM's trying to go around the outside, which he's kind of doing successfully. As here he's gonna have DRS. Is he gonna try and push the issue here? Yes, he is. KDM is passed and up into the lead. But it goes a little wide on exit. Allows Miggs the opportunity to still be side by side with him. But not to go fully around the outside. As now Miggs is a little snap. As he has a gear issue there. Oh. Miggs has a total issue. Has a lagging issue. Oh. That's a terminal issue. He just desynced in front of the whole grid. So he's just had to retire there, unfortunately. That is unfortunate for Miggs there. The game cracked itself. He had to retire due to an issue not his fault. Because now Leclerc is the one with the DRS and chasing. No, so he can make an issue out of this. As one man goes a little too deep there on the brakes. Almost opens the door up for his teammate. These front five are starting to pull away from Baroness Buns here. As there's a safety car. As that is Roach who's crashed and his car's just disappeared. So that is Roach out of the race. And the mini map says he went off towards that way. And he lost it and hit the barrier. Fit the hard tires. As we'll see what the front runners do. This is probably a break for North here. In one sense, but not in the other sense. One sense that he gets off the soft tires. In the other sense though, he's gonna have to double stack right behind his teammate. And he's probably gonna do the best in creating a gap here. But there's not, even at that point, there's not much you can do. As he knows he's just gonna have to double stack. As yeah, everyone is in here. Precariously. One man is on to the medium tire. Of course, Harmless is on to the mediums because he started on the hards. I think Buns is onto another set of mediums. Some people are putting onto a second set of mediums here. And maybe hoping for a later safety car, potentially, or just going aggressive two stops onto a set of soft tires at the end. That's what Mr. Jim Cab has done here. He's on to the soft tire here. For right now. For right now. I'm gonna be getting a co-commentator in here real quick. How's it going? Yep. I could probably... Yeah.
How's it going for you so far during this race?
Pretty good. It's been, interesting here because...
Catch me up to speed with what's happened, other than me giving up and throwing it into the wall.
I was just about to ask you what happened there. It looks like you kind of just, lost it and crashed it, binned it into the wall there.
Nah, I didn't lose it. I got like mildly upset and I just like threw it in.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
Yeah. I so what happened was like I forgot to put my setup on.
Oh, so you're doomed
So
from the start.
I was doomed from the start, and I tried to make a good something good out of it, but with it
Yeah,
not how I wanted it, all went up in
fair
smokes
enough.
pretty quick. What happened with
At least
Migs?
you tried.
Yeah, I gave it a shot.
I was actually on board with him when that happened. It looked like he had just had a straight up random desync issue.
He said in general, I think a couple minutes ago, he said that he couldn't upshift.
Is he a desyncer?
Yeah, he said
Yeah, he couldn't upshift either. I was on board with him. I was like, he's short with the gears, and then I realized he wasn't shifting at all. So I'm like, essentially gearbox failure.
yep.
But majority of people under the safety car, as I would have thought, have gone on to the hard compound of tires here to go to the end of the race potentially.
I see a couple runners still on the mediums, as I believe.
Safety car is in this lap.
Came in pretty quick.
Watch out for one man and harmless on the restart here, as they're the top
Oh,
two on the medium tire.
oh, okay, so those are the people that's on the mediums.
They're maybe hoping for a potential later safety car or just go an aggressive two-stopper.
Crazy Carter didn't stop during the safety car, it seems.
Crazy car taking track position there.
Yeah, but he'll be vulnerable to Premex and Brown is right behind him with their newer tires. Actually, he'll be vulnerable to everybody with the newer tires.
That's KDM here. He's probably going to want to go as late as possible. Actually, he's going now.
Oh, really?
He's going now, and he's caught the great napping there. I didn't expect him to go that early. I expect him to go on the main straight, but he'll go here in turn 1 on lap 10. So I think Crazy Carter is just getting out of the way.
Massive rush drop
there's a
down.
contact there between the Premex and Brownest Buns.
Brown is off
Crazy
into the
Carter's
runoff.
left no room there. It's McLaren and Haas. The Haas is going to try and get back on the Haas is on the grass. That's not how you want to be overtaken there. Newbies might be looking for a switch back here on Rocco. Into the top 10.
As we're right on board with Nuggies. Nuggies looks he is sizing up a move pretty soon. Yeah, I think he'll attack them down the main straight as they all have quite a bit of ERS. What do you think?
I'll probably wait to at least attempt to make a move down the back straight.
As we have a dive. We had a dive from Lobster who couldn't make the move stick.
Wide, Alpine, Aston, and Red Bull. Who's gonna be the deepest on the brakes?
As the Aston locks.
Kind of cuts the corner. You might have to give that place back to KDM, according to the game. A shallow play there with a terrible exit. One man here can push. He's gonna push the issue here.
Here he comes.
Side by side with him to turn 1. Leclerc is trying to hold it around the outside. But one man is up to the lead.
Just so you know, you're cutting out a bit. So, we have another lockup from KDM. That's the second one we've seen.
Quite a few times here.
Yeah, I wonder what his bias is.
As we have here in the battle for 7, as Mav is all over the back here of Refractor, as
we have
finally makes the move on Carter.
Beautiful.
As we have a yellow flag. But that's a turn 1. Disregarding that for now. As Refractor goes off the track.
One man is almost clear of that 1 second gap. He has it up to 9 tenths, around 9 tenths.
As Matthews can get past that kilometer straightaway. I think Legacy Games is spun around again.
We have Rogue.
Now down the first gear there.
Nice. The Red Bull who went really wide, and Roka took advantage of that.
Wide. KDM is putting Leclerc here under pressure here for a second. Back under pressure, I should say. Just falling a second and a half away is Leah North here on that hard tire. As KDM locks those rears again.
I think KDM's bias must be a little too low. No, too low or too high.
Actually has a little
KDM had a little snap in one of the high-speed turns.
And Harmless might potentially be looking for a move down on KDM down on the back straightaway here.
I could see it happening. It's the only logical move here. KDM's gonna go on the defensive.
He wants that slipstream from the Red Bull in front.
Yep. But will it be enough to stop Harmless? It will be enough.
As
although that lockup.
Second penalty. That is not ideal for the race leader. And he is on the preferred tire for now, but not for later. Those mediums surely won't go to the end of the race.
I don't think they will. I see another stop coming from one man. The only saving point he has is if another safety car comes out. And that's an it.
Yeah, he started on the softs. That was actually... No, he didn't start on the softs. That was North who started on the softs. Yeah, one man started on the mediums, and curiously, he went to another set of mediums.
Guess he liked how the mediums felt. Another lockup from KDM. We have Harmless who is hunting down the back of that Aston. The Aston is hunting down the Red Bull in front of him. And our race leader is currently 1.5 seconds away.
As we're on board here with Massive Noogies tracking his progress up to P9 so far. And he's going to be looking to make it P8 down the back straightaway here in a couple seconds.
Refractor will try to defend the inside. Should he? No, he takes a normal line.
He'll probably take a normal line because he knows there'll be no use with ERS and DRS power.
Yep. Here we go down the main straight. Another lockup
KDM.
for the Aston of KDM. It's a lot closer to the Red Bull this time around though. Only 4 tenths away.
As if Massive's gonna make that move, he's just a little too far back.
Around his buns is still climbing up the order, quickly passing Crazy Carter.
He's close enough. He'll have a chance in the turn 1 here. But to no avail, he's not close enough to warrant a nose down the inside. If he gets late on the brakes, maybe.
He could get late on the brakes, but at the same time, it's not worth the risk. It's better to pass on that long straight.
Yeah, especially when you know you're fast.
When you're fast, it's better to take the safer option.
As Matt is starting to get back into the DRS range of his teammate, the Premex here.
We have Harmless, who should be making a move down this straight on KDM in the Aston. Here we go, DRS is open for the Alfa Romeo.
We're gonna go on board with the rear wing of KDM here. See how close Harmless gets here. Not close
KDM
at all,
covers out that
actually.
inside line. And locks up again. But he has
Very
a
close in
nice run
reverse
down on
also.
Charles Leclerc here. Doesn't make any good use of it though.
As Massive finally gets past the Mercedes of Refractor and up to P8. Now he's going to have a run on KDM here. He's going to go to the inside. And he's gone.
And KDM passes Charles Leclerc. Although I do believe Charles will try to fight this one.
As Mav does get past his teammate Premex for P6. Let's take a look at the position changes here. As Mav is up 9 positions from the starting position. Massive is up 10. KDM is up 2. And one man is up 4.
Yeah, pretty good so
gainers
far.
there.
The biggest gainer is Massive with 10 positions. Into that.
As Harmless now is going to try and look for a move past the Red Bull here.
Could see it happening, but the Red Bull is in DRS range. So he could use that to his advantage.
Check the ERS levels. The Red Bull's going to have it. Going to be in with a shot of retaking the place down the back straight. Or I would have thought.
What I'm noticing is down the back straight, Harmless isn't using their ERS. They have the rear wing open with no ERS.
Harmless is playing the advantage here. He's letting them burn.
He's letting Charles burn his DRS trying to pass up the Aston. And just staying close enough to where if anything happens between them, he can just slide in.
And pick up the pieces.
Yup. Sounds about right. Oh, we do have Gas Girl on the sauce, which I'm just not noticing right now.
As now Charles Leclerc locks up. Going into that corner. Into the hairpin. And all this while this might seem great for one man, it's helping him extend to possibly his 3 seconds gap. He's gonna need a pit again.
He is. But the safety car isn't completely out of the question here. Anything can happen within these laps, so he might be saved.
Possibly. As Harmless now gonna burn some of his ERS. Now that KDM goes to defend the inside, Leclerc grabs the slipstream. He's gaining. Are we gonna see a Dan Ricciardo-like move?
Harmless still doesn't use their ERS. They used it off of the exit just a little bit and then turned it off instantly.
Well, that's helping have a 40% advantage on ERS over these two in front.
Here we're watching King Hamilton try to do something on Crazy Carter. Uses the ERS. Here we go with the DRS. Turns off the ERS instantly. Not close enough.
Further through the field. That's massive. He's not that far away from the two McLarens. They're just right up the road. Massive could be finding himself in P6 very shortly.
We have the other AlphaTauri under fire by Jim Cab in the hat. So Jim Cab outbrakes with the better tires, runs it a little wide. Brown responds into the pits. Brown responds going to the end on the hards.
Unless you want medium. Still, at that point, I felt like you could go medium, soft. And those softs, wow, they would be on the cliff. They would still make it. There's a yellow flag. That's harmless. That's harmless.
Ooh, what happened with Harmless?
As now he's gonna be passed by the two McLarens and Massive.
And Massive. Does he come out ahead of the Mercedes? No, he does not.
Now I will check for damage. I don't think he has any damage. A weird error there for Harmless, who funnily enough has the DRS. And from what I can see on there, there is no visible damage to the car. So the main thing is his car is still intact.
And Jibcat makes it past Gasco. It looks like Gasco made a mistake somewhere.
This race just
Hamilton
got a lot more
finally makes a move on Crazy Carter, takes P11 from Carter. Carter fights it back, not wanting to give that one up easily.
As Massive Newbies is now into the DRS range of the Bremex here, with 11 to go.
Looks like Charles will be trying to fight back against the Aston, probably this lap. Charles is on 25 on the ERS, and the Aston has a little more. There's another yellow flag for Guest Girl. I think Hamilton makes it past again.
Now Leclerc just made the overtake harder for himself by trying to get on the throttle too early there. That could have happened to Harmless. He might have got too eager on the throttle and spun out. I
think that is what happened.
I think
and Hamilton going for all of the moves. He's going for it in places where I wouldn't think you should be going for it.
I think one man just disconnected.
Ooh, that's not good for a race leader.
I invited him back.
Okay.
Hopefully he can get back in soon. As
Here comes Hamilton. Hamilton goes for a move, gets it done, but what's crazy Carter's ERS looking like? He's at 17, he hits it with a nice little switchback and reclaims the position from Hamilton. These two have had a great little fight.
So now
and Hamilton goes into the pits.
The battle for this win is now just between KDM and Leclerc. And if I'm KDM here, I know one man's slow ahead, but I would just let the ghost car,
safe.
Let the AI car stay ahead until you get the DRS.
Just play it safe because the AI cars are a little more unpredictable than people hope.
Also true to that. As a
5-second penalty.
That's Premex.
Ooh, that's not good. We have a 5-second penalty for Brown's Bun speeding in the pit lane and a retirement.
KDM, take it easy here. Take it easy here. He goes around the outside with ease.
A lock
kind
up.
of holds Charles up a little bit. So Leclerc's still gonna have the DRS here. And I think one man's AI just pitted him off the podium.
Ooh.
I'm gonna struggle on those tires anyway, but.
And he had to pit anyways. He started on.
Between KDM and Charles Leclerc.
This will be a really interesting fight to the end. Two very competitive drivers who have been going at it this entire race.
In our top three in the championship, remember Leclerc is on 108 points compared to KDM's 100 here. And I don't know who currently has the fastest lap.
I believe
that is one man.
Yep.
And that is probably gonna stay. Although KDM is out of shape. He's certainly out of shape. As Harmless is close back up to Refractor here. He can salvage a top 5 from this. I think he'll be pretty happy.
I'm checking our channels to see if anything was said on the whole KDM incident. Not KDM incident,
Migs?
One man, not the one man incident.
One man.
With, I don't know if he's back in yet. Did it pop up that he's back? Okay.
I think we're gonna see Harmless pass the Mercedes of Refractor here pretty easily down the straight. Looking for the rear wing of Refractor. That's an easy pass down the inside. Although Refractor does outbrake him. Refractor's held up
Refractor's
brilliantly
fighting
on
back.
the outside.
Refractor is not giving that place up easily. As we do have Charles within DRS range still. And a lockup from the Aston Martin of KDM.
As I think we have Legacy Games spun around again, and that's a retirement on the track, I believe.
Not the safest place to retire.
If
Would have rather
Harmless
thrown
wants to
it
get
into the
past
wall.
Refractor here, he's gonna have to do it somewhere where he can catch him napping. But he can't pass him on the straight.
Refractor's on the better tire.
One man kind of scary. Remember, one man is showing back. He's on that fresh soft tire. He should be past both of them in a minute here.
Yep, so he'll be going for the
Fast
fastest
forward
lap
back to the
again.
front.
And here goes Charles Leclerc. He's sizing up the move. He sends it down the inside. And he claims first place in this Grand Prix. As we have a lockup from KDM who's going to try to fight it back. Can he do anything?
One man's just completed a double overtake on Refractor and Harmless there. Although he's going to be under threat here from Riff again on the re-overtake.
He will, but he is on that better tire.
Oh, Harmless is rapidly speeding.
Harmless is sending it on
side by side.
on Riff.
One man a little bit out of shape there, but these two still side by side. I think Refractor's
Who claims this one going in?
inside.
Refractor pushes Harmless off the track and
off the
claims
track.
that P6,
Probably gonna
but
be
here they
right
go
here.
down the main straight. Trying to hang it around the outside. Can he? Nope. Tries the inside line. Will the inside line work?
As Harmless does go wide there.
And it
He
works.
does go wide.
Refractor back up in a P6.
Just for
Refractor.
now. Just for now.
Does he outbreak him?
He does.
Outbreaks him and claims P6.
Why we're missing all that, Nav and Carnes just set that new fastest lap of the race from a 34.3. And we'll be up to these two in no time. If they continue fighting like this.
KDM's down 6/10 to Charles.
Actually, Charles is going to be starting to starting to flash here.
Charles is at 14% and we have KDM at 30. This could be down to the wire with these two. And we have Harmless going back at it again, taking that inside. Oh, he tries switching it to the outside. He takes the inside.
He's successfully going to defend the outside this time.
Passes him before the corner.
Refractor will have a chance to get him back with the DRS in the turn 1.
In a couple of laps time, I do believe we will have the McLaren of Mav joining in on this little battle. Not even a couple of laps, he's already 1.1 behind. I'd say
in DRS range.
Yep,
right
there
now,
it is,
actually.
in DRS range.
See if Mav can take advantage of this situation.
We have a blue marker on the track right in front of Charles and KDM. This might actually slow Charles down a bit.
As this is the Ferrari of
Never mind, no it won't, because it will be on the main straight. If it was anywhere else on the track, it could have slowed him down just a little bit.
Yeah, he's no, he doesn't have DRS, my bad. But he
No
still has that
DRS for
switch
him.
ring. Stay out of the way, Ferraris. Oh,
Purposely ran it off the track so these two can keep going at it.
Get out of the way, that's good. Taking the game on. Here is Nav. He's side by side with refractor. He's past him.
Up and past, but
Up
does
and
Matt? But does Riff try it down the inside? No, he does not. As we have one man in DRS range of Massive.
Yeah, I just noticed that. One man does have the 3-second penalty, but complete this move for Pride on track.
But in all fairness, even with that 3-second penalty, getting past Massive, he'll still be in P5
So,
by the end of this race. And he does get past.
but it must have been a wobble from Massive, and one man took it down the inside.
And it seems like KDM can't catch Charles.
So I'm gonna take a look at their last lap.
Alright, you do that.
37-1, and KDM's was a 37-3. So he's at least losing 2 tenths a lap at this rate. And that's even with
Because we
the
have
DRS
Jim
helping.
Cab in the pits.
With this Chinese Grand Prix in mind, how do you think the real-life Chinese Grand Prix is going to play out after 5 years of not being on the grid?
To be honest, I see, yeah, I think it'll play out pretty well. With how the drivers have been behaving themselves the last couple of races, I do believe we will see an exciting race. Also, since we haven't seen this track in the last 5 years, I don't think it'll be a clean sweep domination.
And from what I've heard, there's also a forecast for rain on the weekend.
Ooh, that'll make it really interesting. That's if the
You
FI
gotta
let him
remember,
race.
There's some drivers who've never raced on the Shanghai circuit before.
Yep, so some drivers will be struggling, especially in the rain.
And it's a sprint session, so they only have 1 session to get up to speed.
1 session to get up to speed, then we go straight to the sprint. That'll be a fun
As we were
one.
talking there, we've missed Mav getting past Harmless there. Up for P6. Mav has certainly taken advantage of this situation. I'm surprised Harmless hasn't considered a pit stop.
Here comes KDM. KDM tries looking to see if there's a move. There is no move. Locks up the brakes.
No move just yet. Just trying to just force Charles into a mistake.
Which is the most likely, which is the better option because Charles is still a bit faster.
Well, if I'm KDM, you gotta try somewhere audacious, like, if you want to try and get past him.
Actually, if I'm
Swing around the
KDM,
outside
I'm
of
waiting.
1, 2, 3,
If I'm
and
KDM,
come
I'm
the
waiting
inside
till the
of 4.
straight. I'm waiting till the straight because I don't know if you just saw it, but Charles was flashing for a bit. And Charles
Yeah,
has
he
not gone
continued to
above
flash.
20% yet. And KDM is sitting at a comfortable
About
33%. That 32, 33, yeah.
As one man has extended his gap out to 3 seconds to Massive. So as of now, he's gonna hold that place. That's a great recovery from being disconnected.
And being forced into a pit.
KDM, ever so slowly, gets out of shape there. And kick it and cannot get on the power as fast as Leclerc can.
Really lost because of that getting out of shape. Down 9 tenths. He's gonna have to start burning into his ERS.
And from previous Chinese Grand Prix, we've seen that stuff can happen on the final 2 laps. Stuff can happen.
We do have Jim Cab sizing up King Hamilton for a move. Down in the
As
first
you
couple
remember
of
back
turns.
to 2006, the Jensen Button took advantage of the rainy conditions and a slow car ahead of him to nab 4th place on that day in the final corner. Could maybe see something similar to that today,
Probably
except
could.
for the win.
And Jim Cab gets past King Hamilton. We have KDM still barely stalking the rear of that Red Bull.
I'll tell you this, KDM has 2 options here. He burns and passes him on this lap, or the smarter option,
Save and pass
that
him.
slipstream and pass him down the back straight.
Yep,
that'll
be the.
He needs to get a good exit.
He needs a good exit, and he also would need to have no mistakes this coming lap. Because a single mistake could.
Now's the time you gotta burn a little bit at least.
Yeah, because
Charles is flashing.
Charles is flashing, and also we're heading down into the final lap of this race. A comfortable 40%. Here he goes. He needs to use his ERS. Get as close as he possibly can.
He tries a dummy into turn 1. Now what he needs to do is to just stay glued to the back of that Red Bull.
No mistakes. He can't afford a mistake.
If I'm KDM, I'm using at least a little bit of ERS, maybe on the exits, because you know you can afford to.
He can afford to. He's at a 43, and Charles is at an 11. Charles can't fight him back. If he overtakes on the straight using his ERS, slipstream, and DRS, and he gets a nice exit out of that final turn. Oh, the second to last turn.
The better exits.
Leclerc has.
Last time. Now through second, third, through the long right-hander. KDM's not on the gas.
Here we go, down the back straight. He needs to burn his ERS.
He's burning.
He needs to burn the ERS. He's gonna have to launch it down the inside.
It's possible.
It is possible. Here we go. Outburst Charles.
And he covers the inside line.
He covers the inside line.
KDM. Switch back
Gets a nice exit. But here we go, down the main straight. Will it be KDM or will it be Charles? Here we go. It's KDM with the win, followed by Charles Leclerc in P2. And to bring it home for Alpine, we have We the North in P3 with a podium. Followed by a great recovery by one man after being disconnected, brought it back up to P4, and Massive Noogies, who should be our driver of the day today,
also
bringing it back from 18.
Who I believe actually started last. He didn't even take part in qualifying.
Which I'd say is one of the smarter things to do with tracks like this, is start from the back.
Oh, he didn't have a choice. Someone jumped in his car. So if he couldn't even do it if he wanted to. And we have Homeless in P7. Refractor bringing up some good points in P8. And we got the
Good points for the Mercedes team.
And we got Rocca in P10. Rounding out the top 10 as Jim Cab and Crazy Carter racing to the line here. It's Crazy Carter just best Jim Cab there to P11. And it's going to be King Hamilton right behind him in P13. That follows up with quite a pleasantly surprising Chinese Grand Prix that was.
Exciting last couple of laps.
As Massive Noogies, rightfully so, driver of the day.
Rightfully so. Oh, actually, for driver of the day, we could also have said Mav, because if you weren't wrong, Mav did start at the very back of the pack and worked their way up really far for starting P20,
Ah, P15.
P15.
So I guess they gave him the other guy's starting spot.
Oh, okay, but then yeah, it would have been Nuggies who takes driver of the day starting in P18.
As this makes me excited to see what can happen on Friday. Where yours truly is going to be in the car. And hopefully can pull off a good result.
I wish you good luck, man. I'll be watching on Friday, and I'll be rooting for you.
I appreciate it.
And with that, that's been the WTF Chinese Grand Prix. We'll see you next week for... Which
I
track
believe
is
it's
next
the
week?
Austrian Grand Prix we have next week.
We'll see you next week for the Austrian Grand Prix. I'm Roach, and this was Mr. Heat Gang, and we'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week.